not in a hurry at all. Just want to make sure that everyone's good.
Huh?
Lucas, check in so I can do a lunch count.
Why is one camera facing me?
Alright. Then, not appropriate to be yelling into the hallway. I think we're ready. We're good? Yeah, you can press the X over there. I'm going to be doing dojo points while you guys are having a presentation. There we go. Make sure you have everything put away. That is a distraction. That should be gone. Put that away.
I'm not awesome.
Yeah, we're good. Start giving myself a spleen. Negative point every time I pull you out. Andrew, it is not time to clean out your desk, buddy. What are we doing? Are we good to go? All right. Get up here. Okay, that's okay, because we know how to pronounce it when I press X on it. I know how to pronounce it. Okay. All right. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, everyone.
Hiya. My name is Leah, and this is my friend.
I'm Miss Allie.
Nice to meet you guys. We're here to talk about Myaamia people, the indigenous people that lived on this land that we're on today.
Yes. So we're going to be talking about Myaamia, and that means a living people with a history. Okay.
Does anyone know what stereotypes are? You can raise your hand if you have an idea. If you're not sure, we can let you know. Yeah, what do you think? I think you wanted to. Okay. Does anyone want to venture again? Okay. Well, a stereotype is making an assumption about someone. So a stereotype, like, let's say I've been taught in my life that blonde people are really good at math, and I meet you and you hate math, and I don't know this, and I'm thinking about you. Oh, you love math. That's not true, because each person that's blonde is an individual. But that's a stereotype that I've learned. It's like something about a group that I've associated, like a decision about. I've made a decision about who you are. So stereotypes aren't great because we want to get to know people on an individual basis.
Okay. And then some stereotypes within Myaamia people are that maybe like because it's like an indigenous like tribe that maybe they're not around today, but they most definitely are. They have these are some students who are part of the Myaamia tribe who graduated from Miami, and then this is like kind of the like the council for the Myaamia tribe in Oklahoma.
That work in the Myaamia Center here, like 5 minutes away on campus.
Yes.
So just to be clear also, when we're saying Myaamia people, we're talking about the people of the Miami tribe who used to live here. Their homelands were here. Native American people, indigenous people. Just if that wasn't clear. So, yeah, have you guys learned about indigenous people in school at all? A little bit? What do you know? What have you learned?
We said Native Americans, so when you say indigenous, they're
Yeah.
probably like,
Okay, so Native Americans, yeah. Same thing, yeah. Indigenous to America, sure.
I've noticed that the Myaamia people, their word, the tribal name is similar to the name of this college,
Yeah.
Miami Academy.
You're exactly right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Miami University sounds a lot like Myaamia, because actually Myaamia is the Myaamia word, the Myaamia language word for the Miami tribe, for this Miami tribe. Yeah.
I learned that all of the Myaamia have kill animals and use their skin to like cover it up.
because we have to talk
Yeah.
loud because we got some competition in store.
Yeah. Yeah, using natural resources, kind of living off the land. Sure. What about you?
That most of the tribes that they live near lakes and rivers
Yeah.
to catch food sources. Most of them, only one of them lived in a certain type of house. Teepees with
Teepees?
houses.
Yeah, so actually that's good because teepees are what a lot of plains tribes lived in. So teepees kind of look like the bottom of an ice cream cone, right? They're kind of like a cone.
A cone.
But actually the Myaamia people lived in what's called Myaamia, and it's kind of like the top of the ice cream cone. It's kind of a hemisphere shaped sort of hut. So actually they did not live in teepees, but more so Myaamia. Sure, yeah.
Wouldn't the other word for these types of tents be wigwams?
Actually, yeah, that's the English word wigwam is adapted from Myaamia. So you're exactly right. Yeah, good thinking. What about you?
There's only I think there's only one type of Indians who lived in the wigwams.
There are actually like so many Native American tribes.
lived in the longhouse. There was only one that lived in the longhouse.
No.
There are a lot of
We
different
were
tribes.
talking about
I
it
guess,
yesterday in
right?
our social studies book.
Yes.
It was telling us how many of the tribes lived in which type of housing.
Yes.
So it doesn't matter. No, Ben. We're only talking about the Myaamia.
Well, the Myaamia people did, yeah, they lived in Myaamia. Do you guys think that they're still living in Myaamia, or they live in homes that look a little bit more like us, or apartments, or they're still living in those? What do you think about that? You think both, maybe? What about you? That's okay.
I think both too, because probably mostly things like that, but some people are like with their back culture, they want to like keep doing it.
Sure. Yeah, they want to stay true to their culture, but also they're modern people, so they're living in stuff like we are. Yeah. Yeah. So actually, they live way more in homes like this. They live in homes like you and me, apartments, homes. What you picture as where all of you guys live, that's pretty much what they're living in. So Myaamia are still made sometimes for events or for cultural purposes, but for just living, they live in stuff that looks a little bit more like that.
And then we kind of already did ask what you already know about Indigenous people. So do you have anything else maybe you want to add, or something about other than homes, or
what they ate?
I know we kind of already asked, so we can kind of skip over that. So if no one
I
has
have
any
a question.
Yeah.
Are Indigenous people also the prehistoric Native Americans? What, like we talked about, like the Paleo and the Archaic, for
Yeah.
ancient, those groups. Are those also considered Indigenous?
I would say that it's the term indigenous is referring to anybody that was here in America
Before the
originally.
European settlers? Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
like before colonization.
Yeah.
So I would say yes.
We've learned about both, so we talked about
Okay.
prehistoric Native Americans first,
Okay.
and then we just started our, what we call historic
Yeah.
Native Americans, this week, so
Okay.
they should be.
Yeah, so
followed.
Indigenous just kind of covers all of those
Okay.
terms.
So yeah, stereotypes can be, they can mislead you. Like maybe you think they lived in this, or they wore this, or they ate this, when in reality that's not really who that people is. So now we've learned some things and we have a better idea about what they're like.
Okay, and then keep in mind, at the end of this lesson, we're going to do a Kahoot. So try to your best to pay attention and try to think about all the information that we taught you. We're going to kind of talk about it a little bit before too in
So
review.
we've learned some words like Myaamia, and that kind of means their homes. Remembering things like that for later would be good. All right, so let's learn some of their language. So we already taught you Myaamia. Can you guys say that? Myaamia. Nice, yes. Some more words. You might have heard us say Aya when we started. That just means hello. Aya. Pretty easy. Newe means thank you. Newe. Yes. And hoche means hey. It's kind of like an attention getter. So if you guys are like talking to your neighbor or whatever, I might say, hoche, we're trying to present something. I won't say it like that, but hoche. There you go. Yeah, we're trying to teach her.
Okay, and then now we're gonna get into a little bit more about the history. Okay, so before the United States, this land was home to many different native tribes, as you guys know. One of these tribes near our region was the Myaamia tribe. Myaamia people came from the Great Lake regions, including Ohio. So right where we are. Okay.
So it might be a little bit confusing. We're throwing around Myaamia and Miami. So Miami is kind of the noun, the tribe, Miami tribe. And Myaamia is the word that describes the people. So like we live in America, Miami, we are American, Myaamia. That helps kind of make sense.
So how we like are Americans,
Yeah.
They are Myaamyaki.
Yeah.
That's the term for that.
Yeah, and so you guys actually talked about the importance of water in their culture. And you're exactly right. So this is the coming out story told by Jared Baldwin. He is Myaamia. And this is a story that's kind of been passed down by the Myaamia people about where they come from, where they used to live, their homelands in the Great Lakes area, which is our area. And yeah, so we're gonna play this video. It starts out where he's speaking the Myaamia language. So you won't understand that. But on the right, it'll be a bunch of images that are describing what he's saying. So it might be, you can pick up on what he's talking about, but in the second half, he'll talk about it in English. So you'll get to verify what you were thinking before, and like if that's accurate to the story. Yeah.
Right, so while you're not able to understand, just make sure you're paying attention to the images on the side.
Yes. It's just a short video.
Oh, well. Okay.
The volume takes a minute to actually.
It's not going
I
back.
think it's keeping going forward instead of going back here.
Can I go and
Yeah, it does that to me too.
Yeah.
I'm trying to do
We'll
math
get it
slides and
started.
it won't respond to me, yeah.
They have a
We
mind
know
of
all
their
about that,
own.
don't we?
Okay. There we go.
And then you might need to control the volume, I don't know how loud it is either.
Podcasts right on your browser.
There we go. Can everyone see this?
Yeah.
Big long word.
Yeah.
Vowels.
Yeah.
Ne tame Myaamia ne pengonje sa kachewe chike. E honje sa kachewe wache. Sa iwe onge itamenge. Ne pengonje ne weyong sa chike mu I chike. E metana kwa e sa ka lo ileti chike. Ne he sa kachewe wache. Nungi ya hai minute chike. Nyanje ma chi ka chike. Minutene ni katangeke.
You guys hear?
Kaputwe gote apoyata. Apoyata patakake meto seniake newa chike sa kiweonge. Napa sa nape. Ila tawe chike la tawe ange. Nehe sa wenda wache. Mateko kisena akana. Ila chike na meto seniake. Muchninge kilema su wenjina kosuwache. Muche aweyake kilema wata ehe ayawache. Unine ningike ishimewache. Ningya seka kweta. Amesale wa pangekwa. Cheke mito seniake kiyoshiake lame tangeke. Sipiwe. Sakiwe sipiwe. Wendangeke. Ehonje. Sa kachewe wache. Inino yungonje nije wendinjeke. Seka kweta. Seka konanga. Seka kokwa. Ehinge. At first, the Miamis came out of the water. And the place they came out of is called the coming out place. Sakiweyonge. The first Miamis to come out of the water grabbed hold of tree limbs, they yelled at each other. So they grabbed hold of those tree limbs, they pulled themselves out of the water. And right there along the bank of the river, they built a town and stayed there for some time. Eventually they headed off, they left the town. After a while, one of them returned. And when he returned, He saw other people who were living there, and to our surprise, they sounded just like us. So he gave them a name, Old Moccasins, he called them. Nobody knew where they came from, and nobody knew where they went. This is what my mother's told me. My mother's Seka Queta, and her older sister, Wa Bangekwa. And all the old Indian men believed it. The river is called the Coming Out River, right there at the place where we came out of. It's for this reason we have the names Seka Queta, Seka Konanga, Seka Kokwa. Ehinge.
Alright. So, what are some things that you guys noticed from that video? Yeah.
That he started by speaking tribe, I think.
Yeah, Myaamia.
And then he started to speak English.
That's true. Yeah. Showcased how his language sounds.
Is that's always been passed down from generations and how they came out the water?
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
It's kind of like the spiritual belief they have.
Yeah. It's the kind of mythology within their culture. Sure.
I realized that they met up on someone that sounds like them that speak the same English, but they did.
Yeah.
And they was living where they was living.
Say that again.
They was living where they was living.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was like their heirloom, which means like something that you pass down. They're like heirlooms, like the story of how they came and what they did.
Yeah. Like heirloom by mouth.
Survive.
Yes. Yeah. That's a good connection. So, does anyone know what the really big lake is called at the top of Ohio? Lake Erie's one of them. Ohio River is a big river, but this lake right here, it's the state above us is what it's called.
Like Michigan?
Lake
Yes.
Michigan,
So
exactly.
this is like Michigan here, and then right in this red area, this is the coming out place, coming out of the water here. Yeah. History, and then we have the pictures down here.
Yeah, so these maps are with the state lines that we currently have. So you can kind of see the outline of Ohio, you can see the outline of Indiana, Illinois. Oh, hello.
Excellent.
Can you see
Let
something?
me go back.
We keep accidentally wrecking the screen. I'll keep this over here. Yeah, so you can see that those are the modern state lines, but in the next map we'll show you their no state lines. So originally the Myaamia tribe was in areas today like Indiana, like I mentioned, Illinois, Ohio, Lower Michigan, and Lower Wisconsin. So kind of right in our general area where we live. And as the United States was becoming established, the Myaamia people kind of had to hold tight to their culture because they were infringing upon where they resided and where their culture lived in their homelands.
Okay, here we go. Okay, and then this is the map, the land map here. So before we showed you like the map with like the state lines and like the coming out place. So this is a map. The land kind of looks familiar maybe. I think it kind of looks like around where we live. So we're gonna actually do a little activity, and all of you have a Post-it on your desk. We're gonna ask like by rows if you guys want to come up and put your Post-it where you think that we are right now in Oxford. I know that this is a touch screen.
You can
So
freeze it.
Is there a way to freeze it?
Well, when they touch it though, it might zoom in. Is that what it does when we freeze it and touch it?
Just touch it kind of lightly.
We'll
And then
see
if you
if-
want,
yeah, we'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens. But if you want, you can write your name on your Post-it so you can
Thank
remember which one's yours.
We'll
So you
see.
put it, but you don't have to.
If you want, it's not
It's not
good
good.
and handy if you get it right. We're just having fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll dismiss you guys by row if you want to. This first row over here. You wanna come on up, I'll get you posted up there, where you think that Oxford is on that map.
And if somebody takes your spot that you want, you can just kind of stack them on.
Yep, you order them on, put them on top of each other. This row, you wanna start, get up and start coming up. Is it doing
That
it?
is Zoom.
Yeah.
So then it makes your sticky note not where you want it.
Where's the Miami River?
Oh.
Go put it where you think the Miami River is. If not, don't
Just
put it
throw
there.
your
But like,
post-it up there. If it gets super messed up, we'll just, there you go. This is good. What are you doing? Stop touching the screen. You're gonna make it mess up, right? Sit down. What are you doing?
Lucas, I did my name on it.
That's okay. That's you don't have to write your name on it. You're welcome to do it. If you remember where it is, that's all that matters. There you go. All right.
Okay, you guys want to come over?
Oh.
Yeah. All right. Push your post up there. If it's not working, that's okay.
Oh, wow.
If it's not working, if it falls down, just go ahead, sit down.
Okay, I have a different idea.
Okay. Yeah. I was gonna say.
All right, get your sticky notes off of there.
Take your sticky notes back with you.
All right.
Yeah, just go on
Go
top.
ahead, sit down.
All right. Now you unfroze the whole thing. Okay. Okay. Can you get the
guys
map
can
back?
sit down.
Oh my God. That's
Go sit down.
it's
Sit down.
No, it's
Not yet. We jumped ahead there.
No way.
No way. Look at our desk.
Lucas, go sit down. So that we can use it a different way.
Why do I let things
Okay.
No way. You it.
Amazing.
I thought of it.
Now, come on. Start over.
I knew that's what I was
Try
gonna do.
again.
Just put a dot, like you're doing your line plot from yesterday. Just put a dot. Okay, hand it. Go this way when you're
Walk out
exiting.
the other way. Yeah.
Can you guys come behind her? This way, Austin. Enter, exit.
Come on up. Make your dot where you think we are.
When you go down this or go there?
Hey, Cam. Exiting this way.
Exit that way. We'll make it easier on
There's
everyone.
another one back there.
All right, next row you can stand up.
And I'll do it. There should be another one back there.
Oh my God.
Yeah, you can use your fingers. Alex, the entrance is over here, buddy. The entrance is over there.
You win the competition for most blinks. Yeah, well done. All right, what do you think we are? Make your mark. Make your mark.
Jackson, go.
What'd you say? All right.
Jacob, you three go.
All right.
And
The
Aiden and
last
Gunner.
row. Yep.
If you haven't gone, get up there and go.
Yep. If you haven't gone, come on and stand up. Make your dot. All right. If that's Lake Michigan, where do you think we are?
Dot and go, dot and go.
No, it is not.
All right. Next up.
Lucas, pick your spot, buddy. Okay.
Think about your spot while you're in line so you can quickly put your spot down and sit down.
Wait, where is your dance?
What thing?
Carter, take and put your dot and move on so we can move on positively. We're already
Place your
behind
dot,
because of
Carter.
technical difficulties.
Yep.
The other one.
Go ahead and sit down.
Oh yeah.
There you go. Well done.
All right.
Okay, will these dots stay on there?
Not when you unfreeze it.
Okay.
Because you wanted to show like where it really was.
Yes, but we know generally, so we can show you
And
guys.
we can also put the next slide too. So,
We'll just get
a
rid
lot
of
of
the
people have
dots.
put yours over here and move around, and then somebody puts them over here. So kind of keep in mind where some of these the majority of the dots are.
Yeah, 'cause
You
it's the
can
same
write
map.
on there right now, change the ink color for your dot and it'll be different than theirs and then they can kind of see where theirs is.
I think we'll just,
We can show it the next slide.
There's a-
That's
yeah.
another, that'll be done for you.
so this is kind of,
Yes.
This?
Yeah.
thank you for your help.
Thank you.
Alright,
Right.
next.
Right there.
So we were right here. We noticed there were like a handful of you guys that chose over here. Most of you guys were over here, but we're actually way over here in this area. So did you guys know that Kentucky is right under Ohio?
Yeah.
And most of the states nowadays are kind of just made up state lines, but Kentucky follows a river on its border for the most part. So you could see where Kentucky is and where we are right there. So anyways, they used kind of rivers and lakes to have an idea of the land back in the day. Myaamia did, Myaamia people. But now we use our state now, so that was a little bit trickier. Good job.
Okay, and then now we're gonna talk a little bit about forced removal. Do any of you have any idea of like what you think this means? Yeah.
Like you're forced to leave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very good. Very good.
Pretty much.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it. Okay. All right, and then so during the treaty period, the land which the Myaamia people they lived on was slowly removed by the U.S. So the treaty of 1840 called for the removal of the Myaamia tribe to land beyond the Mississippi River. So they were forced to move beyond the Mississippi River.
Yeah.
They were forced into canal boats, and Myaamia people were made to leave. And then the journey to Oklahoma was not peaceful, and several people survived.
So this is kind of a visual over here. This is kind of a visual of the route that they took. So like I said, rivers were really important, right? Lakes. So they were put on the canal boats. So they followed the rivers up from Indiana into Ohio, under Illinois, all the way over into Kansas City, and then landed in Oklahoma, which is why they're called the Myaamia tribe of Oklahoma today. Did we skip one?
And then, so, do you guys have any idea of like what revitalization means? Have you heard that word?
It's a big
before?
word.
Yeah, it's a big word.
We can break it down.
Yes, so it has the prefix re, which means again, and then the word vital, which means life. So,
Reincarnation?
I'm sorry.
You switched
Like
it.
reincarnation?
Here, you keep talking.
Wait, how did? Oh, we go around. I can go over here. It's hard to do over the border.
Clearly, we're used
We're
to.
not used to touching.
Like-
Okay, I'm not either.
Yeah.
Okay.
Freeze it again.
Okay, but
We're good, but okay.
thank you for the suggestion.
So revitalization means bringing something back to life, like after it was like almost lost. So for the Myaamia people, it means like bringing back like their language and traditions and keeping them like alive and around, so that we don't like forget about them or yeah, pretty much.
We talked about that the other day, remember?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why we're here today, really. Part of the revitalization
Yeah,
process.
so we can kind of teach and spread the word about. Yeah.
Okay, so another way that the Myaamia people are being revitalized, their culture is being revitalized, is through language. So the last person to have spoken Myaamia as their first language passed away, I think in the 60s. Pretty, well, not recently, but like in the last 100 years or so. And since then, the language was pretty much dormant. But in the past however many years, Daryl Baldwin has been working to revitalize that language, and him and some of the people at the Myaamia Center made that happen. So now there's like a dictionary online with all the Myaamia words, and yeah, it's very accessible to everyone. So the language has kind of been revitalized.
And now there are Myaamia citizens in all 50 states.
Yes. So it's not like just in Oklahoma or just Ohio, they're everywhere. Just like
Okay, and then another example of Myaamia revitalization is, have you guys ever heard of the sport lacrosse before?
does anyone play lacrosse?
Yeah, so that actually has historical ties to the Myaamia tribe. And yeah, so this is the word for lacrosse.
It's pronounced Pikatahame. You guys say that? Pikatahame. Nailed it.
And then, so yeah, there was like many examples of like historical times when they got together and they like played lacrosse. Like in in 2019, like there was like a huge lacrosse games like with the Myaamia people, and then players were asked to like honor like their ancestors and their children and their elders, and it's played today to bring people together, and then they use the Myaamia language and they keep traditions alive.
And finally, this is what we'll focus on in our next lesson, but ribbon work is another way that Myaamia people are revitalizing their culture. So ribbon work is a Myaamia artwork, which is using ribbon to make patterns. We actually brought an example today. So it's kind of ribbon cut into certain shapes and put together to make different shapes. So yeah, that's an example of ribbon work. And it's very important. Yeah, we could pass it around. You guys want to look at it? Just pass it through the rows. So yeah, it's very important to remember that ribbon work, like true ribbon work, is made by Myaamia people, but anybody can make ribbon work inspired art. So that's what we'll be doing, is making artwork that's inspired by ribbon work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Right.
and then you guys can keep passing the ribbon work around, but we're gonna go ahead and open our computers and we're gonna do the Kahoot now. Kahoot.it. And then we'll pull up the code.
Yeah. Look up Kahoot.it.
Yeah, a lot of No, it's just play Kahoot. That's just the title. No, you type that in.
Can you see the passcode for that?
Yeah.
Is everybody on the same
Shoot,
page?
shoot, shoot.